Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the live streaming. Every week I sit here talk about the creativity in the age of AI. What changes, what is exciting, what we should be aware of, and what we should train ourselves to have. A lot to happening recently, and I'm like so much thing about fashion, and I want to talk about because it's just very personal feelings that I want to share with you guys in this channel. And I did a little kind of touch up on my makeup and everything. Actually, today I work at home, but I guess it's the power of fashion because when I started putting on makeup and dress up a little bit, I started to feel more energetic to talk in this channel for my live streaming. So much have going on lately with my life, my work, but also the content that I've been watching. Um, did you guys watch Devil Wears Prada? I did. I kind of like it. I will talk about it in later, more details, but in this video, I do want to talk about my experience because my age is interesting. Back in 2006, when I first time watched the first one, Devil Wears Prada, I was 19, 20, something like that. And I had so much dream. Feels like fashion is so untouchable, mysterious, dream, glamorous, everything that feels so far from me. I guess a lot of people felt that, but I do talk with a lot of people who are born after 2000. I had friend who was 4 year old when this first movie showed, and then there's someone like 1 year old. Okay, I can't share that experience with people who like born after 2000, but I like the fact that they're rewatching the movie and then what they're experiencing right now is definitely not the same time with us. How fascinated fashion was back then. It's with this like I said in the title in the video, the curtain falls. Like we see so much going on in the fashion because of social media. We see so much secret, we see so much things that used to be mysterious, used to be a secret. And because of that's a secret, that's why people like Anna Wintour exist. She's the powerful woman who can make the call, and it seems like whatever she does or she says, it's that's it. That's the one. That's the thing we can't obey. We can't against, and that kind of power figure right now has been shifted so much, and it is changing. And yeah, I wrote a really long article about this topic because I just feel so much emotions when I watch the video the movie. And then also in the morning when I wake up, I was watching Met Gala. Now everywhere is talking about Met Gala. I was like, oh my god, it's so much simulation. And I have to say, I do think technology to make our life so much more clear and so much more opportunities to jump into the fashion world. And I follow a lot of fashion tech social media content creator and Substack, and they're always talking about who's hiring the fashion tech world, what is changing the fashion world when tech jumped in. And a lot of people actually, because Met Gala, as you may know, is sponsored by Amazon. So a lot of people actually don't like that. They feel like if tech is controlling the fashion and the art, which is seems like happen for so many places, it's not new. But the fact that people realize all these tech giants are like I talked about a couple of live streaming before how they're going to runway, and then they're probably developing tools for commerce, e-commerce, and somehow make for ChatGPT, for example, when you search things, it will suggest you to the link to things you like. We know what's going on. I don't think it's a bad thing if we know what's going on. Because think about when I was 19, 20, the things that about fashion, all the things I think I adore, or the decision I make when I buy things is a lot affected by commercial. But not until I studied mass communication, I realized that was all advertising. What is advertising? How they brainwash your wash your mind, and how you're buying things. What kind of color theory? How they use art to control your mind. How they use art to make you purchase things, color to purchase things. All these things we didn't learn while we are students, or even when I'm 20s. Not until I actually study theories about it, right? So to me, it's like all these young people right now who were born after 2000, even before, they have so much access to information, which is really not a bad thing because you get a power back. You can choose not to use algorithm. You can choose not to have your social media account. You can choose not to believe whatever you see online, what kind of article you don't trust any authority, and you can make your own decision, which is also connect to what I'm talking about, like taste training and all this. So I think it's a very positive, exciting thing to live in this world, to be able to know things but still wonder with a curious heart. There's nothing wrong about it. I want this video, the live streaming, to be more like a conversation with you guys. I hope someone's popping up and talk to me here, because I think for everyone, fashion must have some kind of story when you talk about fashion. For me, is when I was kids, I know my mom loves fashion. We always go shopping after dinner. We go for a walk around the neighborhood, a boutique shop, and then I always adore those beautiful clothes and I wanted to wear them. Sometimes I will be like asking her to buy for me, but not every time we go out. And fashion has made me like, for me, it's like when I see my mom wear the perfume and then the fashion piece that's like so bright color and so beautiful, or some elegant pieces like black, it just make me so happy. And then it just, at that moment when I think about when you're kids looking at clothes, or if you have a parents who really care about what they wear and how they present themselves, it can give you this uh, dream that one day you'll work something related to that, because you can dress up people, you can make yourself beautiful. All these things are for me. Um, just right now, when I think about the access for Met Gala, fashion, all the things like that. Remember, like a while ago, I made a video about choosing my own Met Gala look with AI. I had a mood board. I'm not going to show the whole video here, but if you're interested, I'll put a link later in here. I made a whole mood board based on the topic I choose, like body as sculpture, and then I made a couple of looks and then videos based on my own imagination, and then the AI creation, and I curated a selection of imagine myself walking my gala. I think that's the power of technology is supposed to be. Instead of we watch all these celebrities um, showing their own gowns and all these beautiful pieces. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's cool. And then I get pretty overwhelmed if I keep looking at them on social media. Like it's kind of too much. But after a while, I encourage you guys just to go on some AI to just play around and make all these amazing art inspired dresses or pieces on yourself. You can do that now. You don't have to pay $100,000. Is that how much you pay for Met Gala? I think something like that. It's very expensive. So the presentation, no matter who's sponsoring, Amazon or Facebook or whatever, who's sponsoring this Met Gala, either some people are talking about, is it Met Gala still worth to stay there? I don't really too much care. I think it's a celebration. I see it more like a celebration of beauty, of fun, the connection between art and fashion, because fashion is business, more business than ever. If you think about the sponsorship behind it, and then the second movie, I don't want to spoil the film, so I'm not going to talk about the detail. But the second film mostly is talking about how the fashion industry has been changed, and then it's a lot about business, and then the Anna Wintour, that kind of the role, Marana, the role is start to lose this halo around her. Nobody, like it's just the reality of every industry. It's kind of sad, but at the same time, don't you think it's a good thing? I mean, if people keep thinking about, I don't want to be controlled by authority, I want to know the truth about A, B, C. Now we are knowing the truth, even though sometimes we don't have the power to change anything. But at least we know. Back then, we don't know. And me personally, moved from China to Canada when I was 19. I know almost nothing. I don't know anything. All the information I get in China are very limited resource. I remember the news I watch on TV are two sections. One is about how China's great. Another section is about how international, like all the international news. I'm not going to politics, anything like that. I'm just trying to say all the things that I learned. It's very limited vision. Since I came to kind of, I learned sociology as my major. I actually started mass communication, but I find it boring. Sociology can open up more of my mind, so I fall into sociology. I start to realize, oh my God, there is a thing called critical thinking. I didn't even know that exists because when I was a kid in high school, from elementary school, high school in China, it's all about feeding information to your brain. You have to memorize everything. I don't remember a thing that I learned. Not much. Maybe just language, how to write Chinese characters. I still remember, but there's so much thing about, basically there is no critical thinking. I don't even know that thing exists. And then when you come to the new world, learning the thing, especially my favorite professor, sociology professor, showed me the whole freaking world I've never thought exists, and then taught me how to think. And then I get into social media, all these like radio station, whatever. The important thing is I think people should celebrate more how much information you can get instead of complain about how much information we perceive every day is too much and I want to get away. It's more important to have your own judgment on everything. That's what I think. I don't know if that's what you believe or what is your belief system. I don't know, but stay positive is very important. Anyway, and then I find a couple of image I really like. That is actually a long time ago, like 1990s, 1991. This Vivienne Westwood, all this fashion designer designed all the work based on art. It's like very traditional kind of way, like prints, like Andy Warhol's prints, and then this is like a beautiful piece. I like the art creative direction here. So this is 1990s. So that's before The Devil Wears Prada, the first movie. So much going on. And then I wrote this piece. I hope you guys can go take a look. I write a lot about my own personal experience, how I think about the fashion industry and how tech changes the way we perceive things, and how AI will affect us in the future. I made a lot of collage here too. I'm having fun making a lot of collage recently. I just posted this, and I also wanted, at the end, I write this part. I think I want to encourage more people to think more positive. Is I want to read this part. I think about the girl who watched first Devil Wears Prada in university, dreaming about a world she couldn't quite reach. English was my second language, and journalism felt impossible. The fashion world felt miles away, and the hierarchy seems imperpetrate. Now I live in Tokyo. I write about things I love, and I have a wardrobe I choose myself, full of things that make me feel like myself. The two to create, to publish, to participate in conversation that used to happen only in rooms I wasn't invited into. I have all of them. So we always think we're far away, far from what we want, but we already arrived in our own way. We choose what to love and what we keep loving it, even after the curtain fell, especially after the curtain fell. Fashion has reinvented itself many times. It will again. Constellation, the consultant will leave. Someone with a real point of view will walk back in. That's what I believe. The people who genuinely love this industry, designer, editors, buyers, creators, building their own thing from bedroom to Tokyo to Toronto, haven't gone anywhere. So in my mind, the dream is not dying, and I want to continue follow this dream. I really truly love fashion, and I wanted to like, especially in Tokyo. I feel like I finally have this desire to dress up like crazy, because in Toronto it's very hard. Always winter, and then we always wear black. People wear black and gray a lot. I'm gonna drink some water. So I don't think this live streaming will be very long because it's really just my personal take on the evolving fashion industry and how I think about the door is open because of technology. Because recently, I find the free access to like a Dazed magazine. They have free magazine every month, once a month, and then the Vogue, you can subscribe to get into the Vogue community. The AI starting up, I've been talking so many times. You get your access to have your personal stylist whenever you want to. And you can start your own collection with AI tools. You don't even have to know how to sew to make take months to make clothes just to get your vision out. I'm not saying you have to be the fashion designer. If you don't know how to sew, you still can be. You can be a creative director probably, but you never know. Maybe there's one day you can design clothes for some digital assets. I know people who design clothes for the virtual reality world, so you don't really have to sew to be the digital fashion creator. And digital fashion is real career path now. You don't need an internship in Paris to get there, so the bar is getting lower, and the gatekeeper lost power right as the rest of us gain it. So there are a lot of, because when you think about before, you have to go to Paris to go fashion school, and you have to get a degree, and you have to know a lot of people. That's the bar is very high, and then if you don't have the access to it, then it's just really hard. I also find this read this instead of fashion school, this article on Substack. I will address it here. If you are interested in fashion, this is something you need to save it, because they're literally showing all the things that you can learn and the access to all the numbers you wanted to know about fashion. And here's a list of things. I remember I saw it somewhere. Yeah, fashion newsletters. All these fashion newsletters. I do read, like, subscribe business fashion, Vogue business, and what else? There are a couple of things that I see here and there. And then podcasts. There's so many podcasts you can also listen if you're interested in fashion. Here. Fashion books. Oh yeah. I'm currently reading, I don't know if they have this. About John Galliano, and is that a book? They must have. Not John Galliano Unseen. Oh my god. Brain fog. um oh, the designer. How can I forget that? I don't remember. I watch a lot of documentaries. Next time I can talk about the book. Although it feels very far from me, but the creativity is on point. I remember, like, oh, and then remember last time I was talking about how the Mason Magella have their whole collection in the folder. You can download all the images and the video, all the documents is have like the best access now. That's also so interesting. Um, I haven't watched High and Low, Jungle. I'm interested, and since I'm in fashion, I have a lot of access to some shows, even some fashion shows. Before I was like, oh, if I'm not in the fashion industry, it's very hard to go fashion show. But actually, that's not true. I go a lot of shows, a lot of exhibitions. I have a whole video that I went for the Mason Magella show. They have the original pieces lay there. You can touch it, but you can see the dedication of every little detail is so beautiful. I don't know. I just feel the exciting thing about fashion, the difference between fashion and art, is that you kind of can imagine that use it as inspiration to on yourself. Even this little piece I got the other day, I really like the color, the fabric of this earring, and yeah, those little things just made me so happy. And then when you live in the city like Tokyo, you just feel like you can dress as bright, as crazy as you can, as yourself, and nobody will judge you. Nobody will even talk about you. And people all dress like crazy here. Very glamorous. Sometimes people dress very funny. Sometimes dress very pink. It's very inspiring. And magazines. I don't think I read much magazine anymore, but I do follow magazines like some on Substacks and some podcasts and like Dazed, those kind of magazines. They have web page. Fashion museums. I still haven't been to Paris. I really wanted to go just for the fashion, all the museums and shows. I saw so many shows on Instagram that I want to go. That'll be so good. It was one day I can just go visit all this. I just wanted to visit. Like I'm not saying, how can I say? Before I had eager to jump into the fashion industry. I mean, if it can access, I think in the near future maybe have more access to everyone. I still have this big passion for it, but I want to more witness see what's going on in the future. I feel like the more we like in the with the um AR glasses in the future, I can see people creating digital assets for the fashion. It can be like digital layer of some kind of fashion, but I still crave these materials. I can wear. It's not gonna be the fashion. Not gonna be like completely open to everyone. That the Met Gala format it will change. I don't know what's gonna happen. Actually, if you have any idea, please let me know. But in my opinion, uh, I already have so much more access to fashion than before, which I feel happy for the past 10 years. I think that's a big change for me. You don't you're not just wanted to buy pretty clothes anymore. That's a different. It's more like you wanted to be part of it and you have the access to be part of it. And you wanted to inspire you see people dress up nicely, buy their favorite pieces, or talk about fashion online and research about it and talk about the behind the scene and then go deep into sustainability, and you just see so much, also so much behind curtain. And then yeah, maybe somehow it's less exciting than before. I saw a lot of people talk about Met Gala, how disappointing it is, but they still talk about it. I mean, they're still excited to see those look. No, those look themselves are, for me, they spend a lot of time on it. Yes, they are sponsored by tech giants, but still, it's like if you see a bunch of artwork artists, the painting sponsored by tech people, what is wrong with that? If you give the designer enough time to be creative, making those artworks, their creations. What's wrong with that? I love Lisa's outfit with the arm, the robot arm. That was really creative. I really like that one. And I also see a lot of people using AI making more outfit, like that's AI generated, because it's all on the Instagram. You can't even tell the difference. Sometimes I was like, oh, is this the Met Gala? It's actually is fake. And some people using video to create a like whole video about the Met Gala, like kind of animated scene. Looks surreal. I also like that. So it's getting actually more creative with the use of AI for this whole event. So be positive. So I think, yeah, that's it for today. That's what I think I want to share about my obsession about fashion, um, technology, creativity. Um, if you're interested, just check my Substack article, check my Notion page. I'll have all this information here. And yeah, thank you for your time. And I'm excited that I talk about this, almost like friends conversation. I will see you guys in the next week. I wanted to talk more with live streaming if I have a lot in my mind to share, but I don't want to force myself to come up with ideas that I force myself to talk. So let's see what's new next week. Must be something exciting. And I will see you guys next week. Bye bye.